our Yahweh Bashim Shai doth come. But know this, that if the man of the house had known and what watched the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
We're good. Yeah. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Yashal.
Okay, it's Brother Mawad.
Brother Magan.
All right, so we're going to do a little exaltation here. Days of judgments, because this is the time that we're in right now. Okay, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, is judging the wicked, which would include people, and Lord willing, He show mercy on us, okay, that we're part of the hopefully left. Okay, before we get started here, let's give one on and two. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakdash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great no stone, likewise, brothers, put out the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep and deep brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. I got Ecclesiastes 8 and start rushing down. It reads, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So what you have here is, imagine you come out of the caves. You have the Renaissance period where you change the image of the Most High, the apostles, okay, dignitaries, and then you put the people that are the chosen people of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai under, oppression, slavery, you get your kingdom built up, and then afterward continue to suppress them and oppress them, and nothing is happening to you. You're almost like like a Teflon Don, and this is basically what Esau is. You remember, for those of you old enough like that, you had a gangster called John Gotti, and they nicknamed him the Teflon Don, because when you think about what Teflon is it doesn't stick. Nothing sticks with it. And so when they try to, bring cases against him, he would constantly get off. And this is where Esau is. But he did wind up meeting his demise, and wind up dying in prison.
Yeah.
Okay. But this is what Esau has always been. Here's a man that can go across the earth. He can murder at will, drop bombs. He can put embargoes on countries, starve entire nations. All the ruins you see in the continent of Africa, that's the work of Esau. Their CIA, their alphabet agencies, they go and they, take the people, pay one group to rise up against the other. It's an always in-house conflict. That's what this man does. Okay, and he people think that no one can touch him. That's why these nations, they say, who can make war with him? Who can make war with this man?
How the whole earth cut asunder and broken.
Yeah, he has. The currency is the U.S. petrodollar. Okay, when pilots, when they fly their airlines and they go into different countries, doesn't matter what country you're from or where you're flying, you got the language in the cockpit has to be English when you deal with the control towers. Okay, yeah, English. So that tells you who's in charge of the earth. So this man thinks that they continue to do whatever you want to do. Look what's happening right now. Beating women and kids, spraying them.
Yeah. Raping men.
Yeah. They're spraying Jake children with pepper spray. Okay, and if you ever been pepper spray, boy, it burns. Okay? And then, they know that they're not going to get any type of punishment for it.
No consequences, no repercussions.
None. Setting up ships across down there in the South Atlantic. Okay, telling me they're going to go against drug cartels, when in reality we know they're going after the Venezuelan oil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was a conversation that came up at work today, a couple of days ago. Those are not great big cargo boats, them small boats with a few men on there, and these evil troglodytes blowing them up, lying saying they bringing dope in here. And
Yeah.
our people go for this shit still.
Yeah. And you starting to see right now some of the other nations out there, they're, calling foul. Like it's supposed to be, you due process. Okay. Uh, Catch them and they have to have their day in court. Who's to say that they were carrying drugs? Okay. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear power, which fear before him. Okay, so the Lord is merciful and just. Okay, there is a particular time that the Edomites or the wicked has to rule. They have to go through it. The Lord isn't going to say, yeah, y'all out in the streets, you're preaching, you're crying. That's why it was in Revelation where the saints on the altar, they're like screaming, like, how long we got to see our people suffer? How long? How long? Just wait. Just wait. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. He has to get his time in so that when in the kingdom, okay, when they're getting judged, when they get a hard labor, when they've been stripped of their power, when they don't have any position of authority, not sitting in the seat of decision, okay, they well deserve it.
Right.
Okay? And we getting our reward at that time, we earned it. We went through it. Okay? So it's not going to be when we putting our foot up Esau's ass, it's not going to be like, well, it's good that you can take a punch. Good you can give a punch, but you can't. Can you take it? Yeah, we took it. Okay, we took it. We took it good too. Okay.
I got a precept for that one.
Okay.
Daniel. This is Daniel. Daniel 7:27. This ain't it. That's a scripture that said under the whole heaven what happened to us ain't happened to nobody else. But considering I didn't find it, this is James 2:13. For he, Esau Edom, shall have judgment without mercy, that has showed no mercy. He didn't show no mercy to the tribes. Old, young, little ones out in the cotton field picking cotton, old, can barely walk. You out there can't see at night, can't see in the morning. And now people sit up and say it's salvation for the heathen and for the so-called white man. No, it ain't. For he that has showed, for he shall have mercy without judgment. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that has showed no mercy, and mercy for the tribes rejoicing against judgment of you Edomites. It's gonna happen. And you're gonna pay your tab. We did.
Yeah. You go to Proverbs 21 and, starting with verse 12 reads, a righteous man wisely considered the house of the wicked, but power overthrow the wicked for their wickedness. Okay, so when we look at Esau and how Esau is operating, we don't look at it as like, well, he's making these decisions because, he has to put tariff on these nations so that they could pay down their debt. No, it's wickedness, man. It hurts other nations. You don't have to put the tariff on there. Okay, we need to go and get the immigrants out of the cities, across here in Great Babylon, America. Let's make America great again. Well, what you're trying to say is that the people that are doing all the menial work here is making America not great. I'm going to tell you something here. The hotel I stayed at, I didn't really see much of Jake working there. And you know how I know that Jake is the one that does all the shitty work? Because at 1 o'clock in the morning, when I pulled the sheet and the cover away from the doggone bed, this is a nice hotel. Guess what I saw? Here's. So guess what? I went downstairs and say, I need these sheets changed. Because when Edomites are doing the job, you really think that they can look at that bed and go, well, I don't see no shit stain on it, so I'm going to just cover it back up. Okay?
They might see a few bed bugs and then jump in that joint anyway. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, just cover it back up like that. And I just use that as an analogy to show you the fact that at some point in time they're going to realize, okay, what they're doing okay, it's going to backfire on them because it has to be a society of those who has and those who have not. And the only way you can feel like you're rich is if you have servants, somebody has to serve. So these Edomites that are walking around to make America great again, that are so-called middle class or lower middle class or upper middle class, whatever case of that, when they go to service, they expect to be treated, okay, like a customer. Well, if you don't have people that are going to be servant, because basically servant delivers service, okay, it's going to be where you can either have to do it yourself or what you're working for to establish this sense of superiority or take this vacation like that. It's not going to matter. Okay, if I have to go to a hotel and I have to go clean the room myself before I can sleep in it, then what's the point in going? Okay,
Yeah.
what's the point in going? Somebody got to fill the potholes in the road for you to drive your car. Okay,
Yeah.
somebody's got to do something. Okay, I mean, it said, "Whoso stoppeth his ear at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard." And you can go into Lazarus in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. You know, when Esau was getting his judgment, you know, which is something coming in the future. You know, he cried for mercy. Okay, and he was given an answer. Well, you are getting your term of experiencing really bad times. We can look and bring it down to a lower level with these Edomites who are coming up with these TikTok videos and YouTube videos and Instagram videos saying, you know what, we need you black people to go there and march for our rights and make sure, you see these Edomites, man, they're like,
Yeah.
we need you to go and do it. When y'all speak against the white oppressors, you can get away with it because everybody knows that y'all are bad. But when I say this, they're saying basically when they talk about white oppressor, they're talking about they're talking about Amalek,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to put their self at risk, okay, of speaking against the true powers to be, okay, which we have identified as Amalek, okay, the small ants or the big noses, a lot of elders like to call them. So they want us to do the dirty job.
What the farmers say, the immigrants, they not here no more. We thought the blacks was gonna pick these vegetables and fruit.
Well,
You goddamn lie.
no, okay, no. I mean, even they hate the Negroes so much they didn't even want to hire the Negroes to even go in the field and stuff like that. They wanted to hire the lighter skinned, okay, members of the tribe, which would be the Latinos and Hispanic,
That's right.
okay. And they thought they would have control over them because A, you have a language barrier, okay? So we'll set up one that can actually speak both English and Spanish to be over them, and direct them. So there's a language barrier. There ain't as much pictures circling around, okay, on the internet and in the libraries here, on the museum, that shows like Latinos them in hanging from trees in slavery, even though we bring it out, we show that they have been and they were in slavery too, but it's more focused on us, okay? It's more focused on Judah. So they know by default, the so-called black man, okay, has a perpetual anger, okay? And they don't know when Jake is gonna pop. Yep. And so that for that reason, they're very, very, very uncomfortable with having you around. This is why, in a lot of organizations, they would talk about, okay, you've got all the qualifications, you have everything, but what we're looking for is an organizational fit. In other words, you look a little kind of scary. You might beat up Bob or, Suzanne if she said the wrong thing to you like that. Or when we do terminate you, which we are going to, okay, no fault of yours,
Yeah.
okay, quote unquote. We don't want you to, jack us in the parking lot or do some things like that. This is they have a real fear of you, man.
That's right.
And that's why they don't. That's why. So the only way they will feel non-threatening with you, okay. And you can see an example of that with this guy. He does like newscaster or something like that. I forgot what his name is. I don't know if he's with Good Morning America. I can't remember his name. But they love the big 6'5" faggot Jake, man. Oh, they love that. They love you if you like really soft.
What I was on. Did he play football?
I think he used to play football. I can't remember his
Nate Burleson.
No, I can't remember his name, but he does one of those like talk talk show. He always crying. He always crying, or I don't know if he's faking it or not. I can't remember, man. Okay, but they love that because it's non-threatening. Okay, it's non-threatening. Now we still flying low under the radar, because they're able to kind of just, well, and this is why you see they're raising up a lot of characters, to try to dispel what is coming out as make believe or whatever cases like that. Hey, we need you people to stick with what we put out there, which is sweet loving. Jesus
Yeah.
is going to pump the sky. Oh, wait a minute, he's going to come on a fluffy cloud with little
Save everybody.
little angels, yeah, and hand out candies. And the only bad guy you really need to think about is this guy, with a pitchfork and a red tail. That's the only you need to think about. So we're all going to be saved, and at that time we can all get along. When you die, okay. So let's say 100 people die, you might have 1,000 born. So when is the end actually going to come? Okay, when?
Either that or what's the one you got a pasty ass dude with long hair, look like Charles Manson in a toga. He gonna come save us from the people that put us in this position.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you listen to them like that, you will think that there's no end to this, doggone place, man. Okay. And that would be bad for us. And so this is the reason why we sign crowd, because we're looking for the end. When we see the places bankrupt, that's good. They're staging their warships all across the globe. That's good. Okay, this is all part of that judgment eventually that's going to come, because we know this place is going to go into the World War III, and America's going to lose horribly. Okay, the same little nations that they armed up, okay, who are farmer nations, who said, thou as weak as we are, okay, and the Lord gave the command, but the command was, hey, turn your pruning shears into spears.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to take down that wall, which is Great Babylon, America. Go ahead.
It's Daniel 9 and 12, and I'm gonna read down to 16. And he hath confirmed his words, the curses of Deuteronomy 28 against us, which he spake against us, forgive me for being redundant, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. Again, the curses, the transatlantic slave trade, and the other captivities in the Bible. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before us place, the tribes. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us, yet we made weak, not our prayer before the Lord Yahweh, our power, that we may turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth that he gave to the elect of the nation of Israel in this lifetime. Therefore, hath the Lord Yahweh watched upon the evil. He saw what happened to us down here, Esau, Edom, and brought it upon us. That's why we don't give you no credit. The only thing we're going to give you credit for is taking this last L, and we will kick off in your ass. For the Lord Yahweh is righteous in all his works, which he doeth, but we, the tribes, obey not his voice. And now, O Lord Yahweh, our power, that has brought thy people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and has gotten thee renown. As at this day we have sinned, and we have done wicked. O Lord Yahweh, according to all thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thine anger and thy fury be turned away from thy city, Jerusalem, the tribes, thy holy mountain, Mount Zion, because for our sins and for the iniquities of our fathers, Jerusalem and thy people are become a reproach to all that are round about us. You got to pay for this, Edom. The flipping bounce is here.
Yeah, you go to First Corinthians 1, and Psalms 26 degrees 4. You see, call them brethren. How that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble call, but power had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and power had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. We're considered weak. Okay, we're considered weak.
They're not thy worm, Jacob.
It says, and the base things of the world and things which are despised, have power chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. Yeah, we're singing this new song. We're singing about, okay, Great Babylon America is gonna fall. The so-called white man, he's gonna go into slavery. We are the chosen people. Okay, they lied about the Renaissance era, changing, Yahweh Shema Shai into some old cracker, touching another cracker, finger like that, which we know symbolizes two dicks friggin' rubbing heads, okay, to these Edomites, okay, fluffy little babies and stuff like that, showing their perversion and their lust after youngins, okay, they're basically what they call those child molesters, pedophiles.
Mhm.
That's why they made the angels, okay, little babies and stuff, showing that they're showing their pedophile spirit, okay, and we're showing, okay, our power is a mighty power, okay, our Savior, the Malak, he's a mighty power also, who's going to be coming, okay, in great glory, what the world calls UFOs or IFOs, okay, and he's going to slaughter and kill a lot of people, including our people who join on to Esau for the fear or the love of being simple and constant slave instead of having that the mighty man mentality, that king mentality. Okay? And they're looking and go, well, show us the proof. Show us the proof. Because at the end of the day, their books written, their signs, okay, they have written you know, basically books, okay, that people can feel it's tangible. I learned that in school. I learned that in college. I learned that, in grade school. This is what I know. What have you written? What have you done? And this is why you see we're scorned for the simple reason, because we don't have, you know, PhD in theology. We haven't written a book, sit on Good Morning America, talking about, well, Adam and Eve, and going into that, that kind of stuff and all that stuff, you know, and also they respect those that seem powerful with wealth. Why is it that Bill Gates 5 years ago was telling you to roll up your sleeve and do the jump shot?
Mhm.
Who has, when you look at his background, he didn't graduate college, he dropped out, then he became a billionaire. He deals with Microsoft, he deals with technology. Okay, he doesn't have a degree in medical. So how is it that he's able to talk? He doesn't get shadow banned. He doesn't get his videos deleted. Okay, but the people that actually went to the medical school, the people that actually did the research, okay, who said, wait a minute, let's step back here and let's hold off on this before we go there. Not so quick. They got shadow banned, they got terminated, and they got fired. Okay, including their own. So how is it that they turn around and they see the people who turn around, they look at that because he's somebody, but we're not, and that's why they can drive by you. That's why they can ignore you. Okay, because Yahweh Shemel says, he said, what the foolish things of the world. Show us your work. What articles have y'all written? What research have you done? Y'all ain't shit, and that's the way it is. Okay, the foolish things. You're opening your mouth because y'all are mad. Y'all are losers. So you're trying to make believe that this God is black. Oh, well, we show you the scripture that he's a dark skin power. Well, it doesn't matter.
He came for everybody.
No. Okay. This time is judgment. And what you have right now, and it's a beautiful thing that's happening, you got a lot of Edomites now. They're coming to turn. They're coming to term with it. Their life has changed.
We're going into slavery.
Poverty can humble a person, man. When poverty can really humble a person. You want to see someone turn to a humble spirit? Take away their shit from them. And this is what is being taken away in Great Babylon, America. This is how the Lord is doing it. Okay? Bring over the cruel Lord. Okay, and that spirit that's over Egypt. Okay?
I got two for you.
Yeah, It's like okay. So when you wanna see that humble spirit come out? Okay, so suddenly now you wanna get together. Oh, let's join forces against the 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 evil government. Now I ain't joining forces with you. Our job is plain and simple is to just to say what's written inside here. Nothing more, nothing less. All of you are going into slavery. All of you are going to in the morning. The city of confusion is broken down and all the murk is gone. Tawadi, how about Shemel Shah for that? Go ahead.
For our brothers and sisters, them Isaiah 57 and 15 with them humble and contrite spirits. Hey, the Lord, that's who the Lord came for. Them humble and contrite spirits. And if you just coming in, um, the thing that's gonna happen for you is this. This Isaiah 11 and 3. I got it all. That's Isaiah 11 and 2. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the elders and apostles and them other brothers, bishops in Connecticut, men of valor, them brothers that are in the affiliate camps, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, and the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. And shall make him, you Jacob, and you too Eve, of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord Yahweh. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. So basically, we're going to judge off what this book says. This book says there be no salvation for the other 17 nations who are the Gentiles. So therefore, with Jeremiah 30 and 16, it's in there for a reason. All thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. What was that you wanted?
Oh, the one with that cruel,
Isaiah 19.
yeah, cruel Lord. We go to start with 1.
Okay. This is Isaiah 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt.
And when you think that word burden, what is that? What is that? Basically, that's things that's cast on you that basically things are not going to be so easy. Okay, so you see the leaders of Great Bible America, they're scrambling trying to come up with solutions. Okay, but simultaneously while they publicly show that they're trying to come up with solutions for a kingdom that's getting that's in the beginning of its judgment. Okay, they're secretly preparing an escape plan. Okay, they're preparing an escape plan. Okay, you think they're gonna be on the surface when all the chaos break loose up here? Okay, and you have the other brothers and they go in details with that, and you can just sit down and I know when I'm watching them as they explain it, I'm just picturing my head complete chaos. I look at my window, I look at my neighbors, and I go, boy, oh boy, they are gonna, they're gonna be fucking each other up, to be point blank with you.
Yeah.
Okay, Lord willing, my place don't get touched, but I already know that we was told be as pilgrims on this earth. At some point in time, when they start burning down houses and stuff like that, the Lord give you the wisdom, like, you might want to throw some water in the back of your vehicle and get the hell out of there. Okay, you might, So, but these elites are not gonna stay on top like that because they know these people are gonna be coming at them with doggone hangman's noose to publicly execute them, man. All right.
This is Isaiah 19 and 1 down to 4. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Shai, rides upon a swift cloud. Doesn't the American government talk about seeing UFOs? And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved in his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Oh, they're melting right now.
Yeah.
You know what give these Edomites so much confidence? Okay. Imagine you're unqualified, but then you can walk into a 6-7 figure job. Okay. The fact that all across the world, white is the color. People are bleaching their skin in doggone India. Okay, because there's a I forgot what kind of system they call it.
The caste system.
Caste system. Okay, caste system. You know, where if you're dark skinned, boy, the hell with you. Okay, but we can tell you right now in the kingdom, black is going to be the new white. You imagine that, like, we could be, like this, and imagine everybody like want to look like us. Okay, it's gonna be the most beautiful thing. The most beautiful thing. It's not gonna be like suntanning just to kind of make yourself look bronze because it looks a little bit better, and all that stuff. You can strike a pose like that. It's going to be like, wow, those are some beautiful people. Eve, you can have all your hair. We're not gonna have the receding hairline, trying to hide that.
Man, no more thin spots.
Yeah, no more thin spots. We got that big afro.
No more patchy beard.
That new body and all that stuff. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Okay.
Then we'll see Moab putting perms in their hair, trying to blow it out, make
Oh.
afros.
Oh man. Okay, some of the brothers bring out what the kingdom is being incomprehensible. We can't begin to comprehend. But in the meantime, they're crying.
And they feel that kingdom coming to an end.
Mm-hmm. Continue on.
And I was saying the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Oh yeah, boy.
What's that? Republicans and Democrats, modern day plebeians and patricians.
Oh, right now you got actually regular cops arresting ICE agents right now.
Yep.
Okay, they're arresting ICE agents. This is how divided this place is right now, because at some point in time, they're gonna realize what they're gonna realize is that what the leaders are doing right now has unbalanced their life. Oh, wait a minute, the trash isn't picked up. So those suburban neighbors are not gonna look so suburban as that trash started to come up. And then guess what comes with trash? And this you can start thinking about the force all judgments that's gonna be taking place. So you have beasts of the field, which is gonna be including doggone, rats and stuff coming into your house and stuff like that. Not to mention, okay, those animals escaping the zoo and they multiplying like crazy. You get animals that are not indigenous to the United States, like cobras.
Yep.
Black mamba. Those things are not indigenous to the United States. We have, rattlesnake and copperhead and coral snake. Those are the most dangerous snake. A rattlesnake venom is nothing in comparison to a taipan. Or taipan was is out there in Australia. But they have those in the zoo. Those are going to escape with me. Not to mention this man splicing genes and stuff like that. So you can have you probably might have an anaconda with fangs. Okay, a snake that's like 18, 20 feet long, and like an anaconda or Burmese python or big as a python, but get the venom of a doggone cobra. It can be some freaky stuff. That's what we're talking about, those newly created animals.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come looking for the rats because it's dirty. I always complain, like I run, and on the path, there's dirt on the side like that. People walk their dog, but rather than letting their dog shit on the side, they let them shit right in the doggone path where people do the running, man. They're telling you, like, people have lack integrity, don't give a crap. So guess how fast the disease is going to come here, man.
Man.
When that toilet isn't flushing, that shit is building up. People naturally don't wash their doggone hands.
Ooh.
Okay? Now imagine if there's no running water. Okay? So those things are going to be building, this is all going to be consequences of what? When you go into the next verse, continue.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Oh yeah, there's going to be sack. There's going to be sack. You're going to have, you might have it, just let's say, for example, let's use Texas. You might have Dallas going against Houston. And in Houston, you might have different suburbs that are going against each other. So you can have civil conflict in just Texas alone. Then you have Texas going up against New Mexico. I'm probably battling the state next to it.
Sedition.
All right, sedition, and they're going to be using their troops, National Guard. Then you get the regular civilians who are going to be popping smoke. Okay? And we're just talking domestically here to show you just the ruin of this place. Continue.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
How the hell can this happen? How the hell can this happen?
What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, I live in El Paso. Right across the border is I forgot what the hell is that doggone. It's Mexico, okay? And I forgot what the name of the whatever the kid.
Juarez?
Yeah. When you look at it, you should see how dilapidated those houses look and stuff. And it's like, God damn. Okay. It's gonna look worse than that. Okay, big difference. You know, when you don't have like air circulating in your house for a while and stuff like that, dust start to build up. You know, those pathogens start to fly around. Okay, you're going to see a lot of illnesses. People line up in the thousands trying to get medicine. And most of the nurses over here in Great Babylon, America, are actually Jakes.
Yeah.
So you get rid of you're rid of your physician. Continue on.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols. That's you people's pastors and whatnot too, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. And you Israelites that's here following that palm reading and psychics, you're gonna get your ass burnt up here. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, Nero for 7.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, he's just getting started, man.
man, this the tip of the iceberg.
He just getting started. You already see what he's done in only the first year. Oh, they ain't done with y'all with that snap. Oh, they turn around. They say they are breaking it down and they are going to rebuild it again and using AI this time around right now to weed out, okay, who they call fraudsters, which is basically a code word for you damn so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos.
Yeah.
That's what they're really going after. Of course, there's always collateral damage, which means all these other tribes they're gonna be weeded out too. Oh, hey, it's a, you know, and then they're gonna go. Well, it's those blacks' fault. It's those blacks' fault that I can't get food stamp. That's what the chinks are gonna say. The so-called whites are gonna say it's their fault that I can't get it. Why now I have to go through red tape after red tape after red tape after red tape, all to get the so-called deficit down. While the man is letting know, okay, brings in $10 and freaking they're gonna lend so gives away freaking they're going 5,000. That makes no fucking sense. Okay, excuse the language on that.
Reread, and and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shemel Shai, the Lord Yahweh, by Shemel Shai of hosts. And the flipping bounce is that cruel Lord will have a cruel Lord ruling over him soon.
Yeah. Right? Okay, so this is a good thing that we're seeing. Yeah, we might be impacted. Yeah, we're going to be impacted by it. Not might, we're going to be impacted by it. But why would you care? Okay, this is not your place of rest. The thing that should be in your mind is, am I a part of the elect? And am I going to be beamed up? Here's how you might be able to identify if you might be part of the elect. This is John 15. And starting with verse 18, it says, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So it hated the Mashiach. It hated the power. Okay, it says, if you are of the world will love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Even before we came to this truth, somehow, he just didn't really belong. Even though we was doing a bunch of shit. Somehow, he just didn't belong. You know, the world might have shown you even more love than maybe your family or your parents. Boy, you ain't worthless. You ain't go get that switch or then let me beat your ass, boy.
And you gonna move, you ain't gonna be
shit. You know, you worthless. That's part of the world. They hate you. Then you step out into the world, really, you know, imagine you gotta take an ass whooping that morning, beat, boy, you were worthless, and you go to school, and then you get demerit, and they throw you in the corner and put a dunce out on your head, and
Oh, man.
you know. Then on your way home, 4 or 5 little niggas that want to kick your ass and stuff, and they gang up on you, you know. Then you get home, and you dirty, boy. Why you dirty? Get another ass whooping before you friggin' gotta go rake the yard and go to bed. I shouldn't even feed you. You're worthless.
Go to bed hungry a couple nights.
You know?
You done went on the fast as a youngster.
Yeah. Okay. So some of us can attest to that. You know, if you come from that generation where you might have had, you know, that little tender loving experience like that. Okay. You are that.
Oh man.
Okay. You know, and when you become an adult, you're supposed to go, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, let me help you buy that big house you was talking about.
I've got a piece up for you. This is Ecclesiastes 7:7-8. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Hey Eve, your feminism with the Willie Lynch letter, they put you up over us. Hey, that destroys your mind. You ain't nothing but a traitor here. But for Esau and Eve, this for you. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And this shit is fucking over. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in the spirit. That's my brothers out there in the street corner. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rests in the bosom of fools.
Yeah. You know, I'm independent. I don't need no man.
Neck working and this shit,
Yeah.
picking fingernails,
You know,
and popping her goddamn lips.
Like the hair twisting and all that stuff. Like, you know, I mean, and if you're old enough, you probably remember when, you know, women wear dresses. You know, man, we used to watch the Cosby Show back in the early 80s. Like that, a kiss was like, oh, did you see that last night? You know, you watch Different Strokes. Man, that show you just how what do you call it? Like how, you know, that wasn't like what you're seeing right now. You know, it was like that was the talk of the day at school. Like, did you see Willis with you know, Janet Jackson was actually, you know, she used to be in Different Stroke. You know, they kiss. You know, and like wow. You know, and that was considered bold at that time, man, because you had a modest show. They should put show on for family, you know, cartoons on Saturday and all that stuff like that. Now you gotta literally sit with that doggone remote. Cause when I see two doggone Edomite dudes talking to each other and damn shit, and especially if they're doggone like it's a British show or a British movie, I like ready to go click that next. Because they're about to do some faggot shit, man. And they pushing that like that's natural, man.
Horrible.
Okay? So I grew up in an era, you know, action-packed heroes, you know, the Sylvester Stallone and, you know, Jim Kelly and all those guys that it was more machismo. You know, they didn't show that, like they weren't bold with that doggone, you know, it was a man's, you know, you watching, man, until now these dudes wearing skirts and stuff, you know, John Cena and Dwayne Johnson and all that stuff wearing skirts and being fairies. And that's supposed to be funny. Well, they're buff and muscular, so they got to be real, man. So they're comfortable in their manhood to put on a skirt on. Hell to the hell no, man. If you comfortable in that, then you should look at that director, whoever wrote that script, and say, get the you out of your mind.
Terry Crews.
That's what they talk about when you say,
and shit.
you know, those who call evil good and good evil. Okay? Because they got you played like that. First of all, they got you to
accept it.
Accept it. A show called Will and Grace back in the day.
Bro, why I remember that damn show.
Yo, it was a very confusing show because was Will gay or what? Because I mean, they'll show you some of these shows and what was that show? I can't remember the name. Was it Prison Break or whatever case like that? But you got a lot of doggone these gay men playing straight men, and they get all these beautiful chicks, and I go, chicks in real life don't really go for a guy that's like 122 pounds and stuff like that. This little dweeby getting all this. I go, you know, I'm gonna go into Google that name, going to Wikipedia. Damn right, doggone dude right there.
Sodom.
His spouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
His husband. What the?
His partner. And My people love it here. Oh, and then
That's sick, man.
the nasty people agenda. And then they say they want to give them reparations. Well, Judah Benjamin Levi sat right here, built this bitch up without their blood, back, sweat, and tears. And Jake, you ain't finna get shit here. But a microchip, them gonna be your reparations.
Yeah,
Because you love this place.
why would it? I mean, you give yourself, you know, freely to him. It says, this is James 4, start with verse 4. It reads, you adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with power? Whosoever therefore will be friend of the world is the enemy of power. Okay, so male, female, basically, you know, we're actually the bride. We're the woman. Okay,
Jeremiah 6:2, they
you know,
a delicate woman.
elders and bring it all the time like that. How would you feel if your woman is, you know, calling another man's name, you know, while y'all are intimate, or your woman is giving appreciation to another man, but she don't show you any, you know? And this is what we did. We deserve exactly what we got. And the first thing you have to understand, and you before you came into this truth, if you had, you know, some judgments, you know, some hard life, you got put through some hell, you deserve every bit of it. Even an addiction to destroy you. You have you could have a great paying job out there, but the Lord could put the spirit of addiction, gambling addiction, so that every time you get your paycheck, what the first thing you do, you go into the casino. A lot of jakes right now running the casino thinking they can beat the house in blackjack or roulette, okay? Or keep playing on that doggone slot machine to get that big payout. Rather than if you maybe try to pay off some debt, maybe you could actually pay it off, okay? And then they come back broke.
Yeah.
It didn't go well. It's set up. The Lord can put a spirit like that, or a spirit of drinking. So you spend all your money on liquor, get yourself a DUI, so now you can't drive, and now you got to do community work, or maybe you got to go to jail. Okay, or it's a felony, you know, caught with X amount of blood alcohol.
Yeah.
So you get ruined like that. There's so many ways that you can get judged. And these are the days of judgment. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai is judging Great Babylon America and everybody that's connected and associated with it, mentally, spiritually, okay, who is not connected with him. Who's not connected with him. And he knows who they are. He says, do you think the scripture said, and we in the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy? But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, power resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Okay? So we're the humble. You have to be humble. Doesn't matter, you know, what Esau want to prop you with. And yeah, we still work out there in the world like that, and they might want to give you a plaque because you good. Well, of course I'm good at what I do. I'm a slave in this society, man. The hell. I work with the mentality that even though I'm way better than Bobby and Mike and Sue, you still will get rid of my ass first. So yeah, you might go, damn, you still working at 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, you know, because when you understand the situation you're in, when you understand who you are, you're not gonna get a fair shake here, man. That's why it says that they hate you. They naturally hate us. And they hate us even more right now because the fact that we are awake and we understand who we are right now, you know damn well, even though we're around you, we looking at you, we know you're a doggone crack. You crackers are Edomites. You know? And you're going to go into slavery, and they know you're thinking that. The only difference is, what comfort them? We don't have the proof other than what's written in the scripture. And this is where faith comes in. You have to believe what's written inside here. You have to believe this. You have anything on?
Go right ahead, bro.
Okay. So I'm going to call again one more I want to bring out here. Let's go to Ezekiel 33. Because if you're just Jake, you can't be scared to step out there. You can't be scared to step out and speak against wickedness. You keeping your mouth shut. You know, you're gonna be a keyboard prophet or a keyboard script poster. What good is that doing? What good is that doing? How do you? What kind of reward you think you're gonna get if you were just someone sitting comfortable behind a keyboard? Yeah, you might throw a scripture. And yeah, you might. You're gonna get the love, the little thing on there like that. Okay, maybe that's part. It's part of your. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Especially been doing it for a couple of years. Okay.
Well, how the scriptures go, don't be hearers of the word, be a doer.
Yeah. So you should
Get off
desire.
your ass, be
Yeah.
proactive.
Be proactive, man. Where it says the work is plenty, but the help is few. More bodies out there, man. This is a huge continent. You have a huge world. Okay. This is Ezekiel 33 and starting with verse 1, it reads, again, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood should be upon his own head. It's your fault. We gave you the warning. During some of us had some serious decision to make during the C-19. Okay.
Hey.
Here you were in a a career. You did everything to get there, and now they're telling you need to roll up your sleeve.
Work harder.
So here it is. Let's say you then put all that work in, school and all that stuff like that, and you got it. Just like that test came. Okay, you see how this works?
Yeah.
Because anyone can talk shit and go, yeah, nah, I'll do this and do that like that. But have you actually been tested like that? Here it is. Ultimate work. Just like that, you can bow down, put that Trojan horse in your system, in your temple, which your body is a temple, or you can go with the flow and go, okay, this is what I desire more. This is what work more to me because it's tangible.
They got to pay the cost to be the boss down here.
Yeah.
You just paid the cost to be the fucking devil.
Okay, and that trumpet sound was sounded. Okay, this is why you have multiple channels that have a number behind it. Or you might have a whole different name change, but if, a brother likes, to keep that same channel, you might see, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 14th version or 12th version. Okay, because they didn't ban. They did their job. They did their job they were told to do, blow that trumpet. Don't do it. Imagine you had to make that decision and you just hearing this truth. So you don't even have that much time to decipher what you're looking at the screen is actually for real or not. You need to make that decision right now. And it's coming from men. When you Google, who the hell are you? I don't see any articles or anything that you wrote. Who the hell are you? You got to look at men the Lord raised up. Okay, the foolish things of the world, and believe what they're saying is a message coming from the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Even before you even know how to pronounce the name properly.
Yeah.
And you got to make that decision. Okay, you have to make that decision. It says, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took no warning. His blood should be upon him, but he that taketh warning should deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, lazy, okay, not doing the work that you were set up to do, which is to what? To give that warning. It says, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands.
You gotta pay for that shit.
You gotta pay for that. And we know that there's camps out there, individuals out there that are self-centered, that are encouraging, okay, for you to stand, to be thrust through with that sword. They see the sword coming, they themselves go and hide. They themselves go and make plans to try to escape. You're not gonna escape. You're not going to. Okay? So you're not doing your work. But these same men the same men that wouldn't blow that trumpet, okay, to warn their own people or what this wicked doggone devil is plotting against them and how he's doing it, they'll turn around, okay, and do whatever they can to save the so-called white man. Oh, that nigga's coming to rob your house tonight. Oh, they're plotting against you. Or they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Okay?
I got a precept about the coming boy. This Proverbs 28:5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord Yahweh by Shema shall understand all things. Verse 9. He that turneth his ear away from hearing the law, even his prayer should be an abomination. That shit don't even get past your scalp, Jacob. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in his possession. 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. Hey, the water for them precepts, Malak. How about Shema Shabbat, bro?
Yeah. So you can't be selfish. This is a sacrifice. You had the Malak that came down, okay, and you came in the flesh. 33 years old, you saw what they did to him. Okay, you read about what they've done, what they did to him. Okay, but he did that for us. So there is a sacrifice. You got brothers all the we have the YouTube playing right now on the big screen right now. There's brothers out there all over the place doing the work. They could be sitting in the bar. They could be frolicking, doing whatever. Go surf. Hang out with Esau. Hey, dude, we're gonna make it, man. Come on, dude. Okay. They could be in La La Land, but they're doing the work that was set up. How are they bringing it out?
No.
Okay. They designed a little poster. They may use a clip to try to illustrate because we have different learning capacity. Everything to do this work because we are watchmen. That's what we do. You go on these. If the elders them didn't go and do the work, you think I would be sitting here right now? You think I would have been out there in camp today? You think I would have been out? I wouldn't have. I didn't know. I wouldn't know because they did their work.
Well, look, burnt our ass up.
They did their work. They did the work. Labored. And when I say elders, all the elders in here before me are elders to me. I learned from all of you brothers. All of you brothers I learned from. Every single one of you. I watch a lot of the brothers' videos to give you thumbs up, even if I don't post a scripture or anything on it. Okay? It takes a special person to do this.
It takes a special kind of guy to believe in reincarnation and UFOs.
Yes.
And believe you've been here 2,000 years ago.
You're
a special kind of guy for
that. You gotta be special. You have to be special. We have the faith. We really believe this. I don't know. I mean, don't you ever think that I think I'm not gonna die, that I'm actually gonna live to see get beam up on the chariot. I don't even think about that like that. Seriously, you believe. How should I say it? There's some of you standing here who's not gonna die, who won't see taste of death. I'm hoping I could be that one, but if you go back to the spirit world before that, I'm gonna be looking at cheering on, and hopefully if I'm part of that elect.
A prisoner of hope.
We're prisoners of hope, man. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You're not going to give a lot of example on camera or the things you experience out there in the world, okay, to where your gratitude to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, for opening your eyes, even though you was out there for decades, chasing your damn tail, man. In the back of your mind, you doggone knew something just don't feel right. There's something that's up. Okay, something is up. Until it was revealed to you exactly what's up. This is Esau's time. He's the end of the world. You're damn right. When they always talk about the apocalypse like that, there's an apocalypse coming, right? But it's doggone for you, doggone crackers out there, man. Okay, that's the apocalypse. Okay, Jacob is the beginning of the world that follow. An everlasting one, a kingdom that has no end. Health, good food, you have all your senses and taste. But first, we're going to do some hard times. gonna go through some hard time. You can't be scared, Jake. Okay, the judgment coming from the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, this man can grab you. Yeah, he can beat you up. You'll heal. You know, have you taken an ass whooping before? It's the same thing. You know, the law may make it that you don't even feel it. Yeah, you can throw you in jail. I mean, a lot of brothers, you know, have been in jail. You know, you still here, and you can talk about experience and laugh. Or yeah, because you're not sitting there rotten.
This is 1 Corinthians 15:54. So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, get that new body with them laws, statutes, commandments downloaded in there, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the same that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Mhm.
Oh, death, where is our sting? Hey, Jake, that's really what you afraid of. You afraid of how you go. It's not where you go, because you know you go all go to one place. You go back and you go to the Lord Yahweh. Oh grave, where is our victory? Oh hell, where is our victory? Because we ain't gonna never see the grave after this no more. The sting of death is sin. The strength of sin is the law. But be thanks to the Most High Yahweh who giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. My point being, therefore, my beloved brethren, the house of David, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah.
Yeah.
You didn't do this for nothing, bro. Strap them on and keep them going.
Yeah, because and Esau can come at you in so many different ways of that. He can threaten you physically, but he would look and go, well, maybe that's not gonna work. They're used to that. They're used to getting beat down. Okay, what else can we do? We don't hang from trees. Money. Yeah, let's offer him a little bit of money. Okay, how much? All right. Let's give you a platform. Hey, take this logo. There you go. Matching t-shirts. Yes, there you go. There you go. And you know what? We need you to walk down the street there. Kind of watch this. Let me show you this army video. Let me show you how to do the cadence. There you go. One. Put your left foot first. You know, your left. Okay, and you marching cadence like that. Hey, I need you to run aside there like you a drill sergeant. No, you didn't go to drill sergeant school. But watch this. There you go. Just like that. Marching garments. You got a logo. Okay, that's beautiful. And our silly people think that's powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so marvelous.
The only time we got told to march was in Jericho.
Okay, that looks so powerful. Okay. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Why don't y'all do a video with y'all shooting and training like that? There you go. Low crawl. Let's low crawl, boy. Low crawl. Oh, and now people look at that and go, yeah, they got we got an army now.
Not an army full of clowns. Look, a bunch of grimaces that ain't gonna do shit.
I mean, that don't work. Well, why don't you confuse them? Why don't you tell them like, everybody's gonna get into the kingdom, and it's gonna share. He's merciful. Didn't the Lord say, "Don't let no man take away your crown"?
That don't mean everybody gonna get one.
Okay, and not only like brothers. Obviously, you out here, you doing the work, and you have demons that might come at you. You might have temptations that might come at you, and it comes in all kinds of forms. It could be a woman. One thing I was telling the brother earlier, I don't practice looking at old pictures of myself before I came into the truth, and there's a reason for that. I don't go look at old accomplishments or whatever the case is like that. There's a reason for that, because I noticed when I did that, there was like a sense of, wow, did I do that? Let's say you got a recognition or something like that. You shook a hand or you get this and all that. You get a big smile, beam, and all that stuff. That's what these demons are looking. That's what they're waiting for. That's our temptation right there. Start to reminisce. You're not moving forward. You're not growing. You're going backwards. Certain kind of music can do that to you. Put you in a euphoria. I'm an 80s child. So, when I hear some 80s music, oh, wake me up before you go, and all that stuff like that. Man, you could be saying to yourself, man, those were the good old days and all that stuff. Yeah, the good old days for the Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
I used to look at the television screen and go, damn, I wish I was white. Because they had it so damn good. This is me as a kid. They had it so damn good. Wake me up before you go. You know, and all that stuff. They were the shit, man. Did you know the Grammys, up until I believe the early 1990s, you know that there used to be, the Grammys was actually divided in two. There used to be for the blacks artists, and then you remember that, right?
I sure do.
I look at an old video, then I go, holy crap. And I accepted that back then because I didn't know any better. I was a kid. But that's how it was.
And then you got these stupid ass niggas, our people. Ignorance is bliss. Nigga know the fuck it ain't.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. They actually go for those black people. It wasn't until they realized, one, they could break that security barrier that we had around us, that non-trusting barrier around us. Okay, being separate, where our music was inner city music and all that stuff like that. They go, wait a minute, if we played at our parties and try to blend it into with us, then we can kind of get a little bit closer to them. And so they did that until to the point, okay, where they completely infiltrated. And once they started to infiltrate, like that movie Straight Outta Compton, they had that little doggone, that little kite there.
Yeah.
Okay, with Easy and E and all that stuff. And so when Jacob look at it and go, man, they let a little white boy around him like that, he must be cool. So that started to go, oh, okay, if somebody can say, yo, that must be, you can trust him.
That devil was sitting there putting shit in Easy ear, having
so they exactly, and they started blending it in until what? The music became, I'll kill you, nigga.
Yep.
But I would love to hear music with a J go, I'll kill a cracker. You don't see these crackers doggone singing to each other, jigging a doggone heavy metal, get out and go, I'm gonna kill Bob, I'm gonna kill that cracker, I'm gonna kill that hunky. But only our people are the only one that's like, yo, man, blah, 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 blah. I can't rap or shit, not that I even want to try to learn how to do it.
That lets you know music and this stuff, straight up witchcraft and bullshit.
But I tell you right there, so they use that, so now you're listening to that. So in your mind, you're angry, and the enemy is who? Okay. Do you know the Jakes that serve in the military, when they train you to kick the doors down and stuff like that, you go ask 10 of them, who's in your mind behind that door? It's a nigga. That's what they hope. That's in the mind. Our people we are programmed to hate each other, man. That's how far we have fallen. And why are we so cautious and why we still have to be always walking wisdom like that? I try my best not to look at every black man and go, man, he gonna rob my ass right now, just because he look dirty.
Because that's that shit they done planted in our own head to poison your mind against your own brother your whole life.
Instead right now what goes through my head since I've been this. When I see a crack, I don't let his ass. I don't let his ass in me. First of all, I think the man is sodomites. Don't come near me. I don't trust them. There is history documented. Your documentation with us hanging from trees, with you lynching us, killing us, and you go through your personal experience of the unfair practices that they've dealt with our people unfairly.
Strange.
So why in the hell would you trust them? Why would I trust you? Because you smile on my damn face. Or give you that grimace, like they go,
yeah.
Why are you here? Why are you staying here at this place? Why are you at this country club? Well, wait a minute. This is the place I booked. It said I can use the facility, but
talk to you with the soft voice, try to de-arm you and whatnot the whole time.
Oh yeah, boy! I used to,
in
the early 90s, I used to get that whisper all the time when I was living up in Maine. Where are you from? You must be cold. Oh, because you're gonna turn into a popsicle because you're a so-called black man. You must be cold. Here it is. I'm warm. Okay, get on a thin sweater on. They got the big doggone fleece doggone jacket on like that, but they couldn't say, well, you must be cold. Obviously, you're cold. You're wearing it. That layer. So we're just bringing that up like that, and we're in a times of judgment, okay? We're in a time of judgment, so don't ever fall into that complacency or hope that it would change. Why would you? Why would you hope it would change? That means we will be perpetual slaves. Is Israel a homeborn slave?
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? And I don't see any brothers in this ministry that has a slave mentality. Okay, they all have king mentality. Okay, and the most intelligent brothers are in this ministry. Very intelligent, kings, gods, lowercase. Okay, doing that work, bravest men. Okay, bravest men. Fuck the Navy SEALs. Okay, the true elite force on this earth are the men of the Lord. Because we're doing it with a Bible. Bringing down these doggone nations, especially the main one, these crackers, Edomites, Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, with just scriptures, and they fear that. Not no doggone scope gun or all the other stuff like that. And ain't no special training. We have to go through all kinds of special training. Spirit of the Lord come on you. I had men that was set up before you to come and teach, and it went down, 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 down. And that's what they're afraid of. So, anything else out? Okay. So, Lord willing, the life was satisfied. Let's close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. The ones that teaches others and also a great millstone, likewise, brothers put on the truth. Faithfully fair to see, feed the sheep of you, brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh Shalom. Shabbat. Shem God. Shem God. Shem God. Shem God. Shem God.
Yeah.
The water for the tune in.